Hello and welcome to another Touchline Fracas special podcast. I'm your host Lewis, and on today's show I'm joined by quite a few guests. We've got Io. How you doing, mate?
Right, lads.
Reuben.
Hi, you alright?
Leroy.
Hello, how you doing?
Mickey.
Hey, how you doing, guys?
We've got Ollie,
Yo, what's up?
and I believe that's it. Is that everyone? Is that everyone counted for? Yeah, I think so. So I just want to talk a bit about last week's episode. We had Matt Whitehouse on, and I hope you all enjoyed it. We've got some amazing feedback from that episode. We really enjoyed it. I hope you did too. We hope to get Matt on like more regularly, more than just like a special guest. So that should be good for the future. Also, I just wanted to say like thanks for everyone who's done some iTunes reviews. It's quite important that we try and get up the iTunes rankings, try and branch out to a higher audience. So I'm just gonna read out some. I got one from Gaz. He says, big fan of the podcast, gives your average football fan or lover the opportunity to air their views on the game we will love. All the guests offer well-informed opinions as well as offer some great banter, well worth a listen. So well done, lads. That's a good review for some of you. Lots of reviews saying how funny we are and how great we are and how well informed we are. So keep the iTunes ratings and reviews coming in. That will really help us with the pod, making it more, putting it out there to a larger audience, obviously. So on today's pod, we're essentially just going to be looking over the season so far. Lots and lots of talking points, lots and lots of things to be made fun of. Man United. So I guess we will start with Man United. Io, just explain to me what on earth happened with the 5-3.
It was just a disaster. Like, it was just... I think the moment Johnny Evans went off, it just looked bleak. Like, I don't know what it was. I think when Johnny Evans came off, this morning came on, I just had a bad feeling about it. I don't know why. We were comfortable playing well. I was thinking, every time they get the ball, they're getting way too much space going towards our goal. Obviously, the first two goals we both know they were both shocking decisions. Not as much the first goal, because obviously you can get those wrong, but the second decision, both of them were ridiculous in my opinion. And from there, we just didn't react, which was awful from us. So, and when it went 3-3, and then he took off Di Maria and Falcao, I just knew we were going to lose. So
what?
It's embarrassing to concede 5 goals to any team at any level, let alone Leicester City. So.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm an Arsenal supporter, so I know how you feel about conceding 5 goals. But is it all meant to panic stations quite yet, or is it still,
People could panic as much as they want, but at the end of the day, yeah, we lost 5-3, but we still lost the 3 points. Like, if the ref doesn't give that second decision, we'll probably go on to win the game 4-5-1, and we're 2 points off top, and then we'll be looking our mind out of the back again. Obviously, the capitulation is poor, but I don't think that's something that we're going to see very often, because I don't think it's humanly possible to defend as bad as that on a consistent basis. Like, I don't think you could do that if you tried to. Like, I think for one of the goals, Chris Smalling, who's meant to be our centre back, he was literally by the bench. I don't know what he was doing there, but it was just stuff like that. You don't really see that often. So,
yeah.
Does the defence worry me? Yes. But do I think it's going to be that bad? No. I personally think we'll struggle probably against more teams of a lower standard that have a lot more physical players, because our defenders can't deal with any sort of physicality whatsoever. That's why I kind of worry for tomorrow against West Ham, against Eder Valencia and Zaka. But we'll see.
Ollie, would you be worried if you were a Man United supporter?
I was gonna say, like, is Io annoyed about like the development of Smalling and Jones?
No. I don't know. I think they both get injured a lot. People forget Smalling started off really, really well, and then he got injured, and he kind of like fell off since then, and which coupled with the Moyes period. I think Jones, yes, because we kind of messed him about, we played him in so many different positions. So I was kind of annoyed at that. But with Jones, he's kind of a ball chaser. So I think how much of it is down to the club? Like, are they going to be good enough? That's the question. So I don't really like to blame the club for players development, especially a club like Manchester United, where apart from last season, we've had arguably the best manager of all time, and we never seem to get it wrong with defenders. So I don't see a reason why they shouldn't have developed at a decent level, because we signed Ivanovic, he grew from strength to strength. Obviously, Rio Ferdinand's already a top quality defender. He grew from strength to strength. Raphael did. Even Johnny Evans did. Patrice Evra. I don't see why West Brown. I don't see why it changed with Smalling and Jones. So maybe they're just not good enough. I don't know.
Yeah.
But I still have a bit of faith left in them, so we'll have to see.
Yeah. So, Reuben, do you agree with much of what Aya was saying?
I expected them to do more to fix the defence than they did. I think Brian Brocco was sort of like, if they were going to play three at the back, he'd do okay as a left centre back. But I think in a back four he's a bit naive, even at left back where he should be a bit better, because he has sort of a bit more attacking duties and fewer defensive duties, and not buying a class centre back to replace the presence of Vidic, who wasn't world class, but he was like a leader at the back, and leaving it to the sort of relatively young centre backs was a bit of a mistake. The fact that they didn't buy anyone sort of like Benatia, Hummels, that sort of range, was surprising, but the fact like after they haven't and how they're playing isn't very surprising. I think they're going to be sort of the Liverpool of this. Score loads of goals, concede loads of goals, win matches sort of 4-3.
Yeah. Leroy, what's your thoughts on Man United this year? I mean, I know you felt that they were gonna do quite well. Do you still think that they could possibly mount a title challenge, or at least get into the top four?
I still think they'll do quite well personally. I think that United will probably get in the top four at the expense of one of Liverpool or Arsenal. My thing is with them at the moment, personally, I think as a defensive out unit, I think their defence doesn't really get any support. And I think it's this diamond, right? For me, I think they're just getting... well, they've not really got any support for their fullbacks, and they have no real sort of defensive strategy. No defensive strategy, but I just don't think their defensive strategy works. So for me, for example, I think Lind, although he's done very well in terms of dictating the game, in terms of his passing choices, etc., I don't think he's been very good defensively, because he's really unathletic for me, in my opinion. So, like, I think in this diamond, I prefer, you really do need an athletic ball winner, someone who's like dedicated to winning the ball. I think if you don't have that, then you suffer defensively. And like, obviously, they play quite narrow. Di Maria's quite good, but I just don't feel like they have enough cover wide. So, like, teams that they're easily exposed and they're easily got at, especially with Blind not being able to cover as much ground. So, defensively, I think they need to look at their defensive setup again. Personally, I mean, if they had a wide forward type, I would much rather see them in a 4-3-3 than this 4-4-2 diamond. I just don't think they've cracked it to the same way that Liverpool have, defensively at least. They haven't really got their setup right. But it will come.
It's only been 2 games.
Huh?
I think everyone's making judgments, so it's been 2 games.
Yeah, it's been 2 games. Yeah, true. But the thing is, that's all we have to judge on. And looking at the 2 games, that's what I see as a problem.
Mickey, I've got a question here from CFC O'Brien. He asks, is United's poor performances testament to the quality throughout the league now compared to the last 10 years?
I definitely think there's a case to be made to the increased quality of the league, because I think with technology, with the resources available, that become more equal, that other teams can compete more, whether it will be match analysis with technology, whether it will be the money they have to increase the quality of the coaching, of equipment, so on and so on. And yeah, you could generally say, 10 years ago, it would have been Arsenal, Man United, or 10, 15 years ago, Arsenal, Man United, and then lingering around third and fourth place would have been Leeds, Aston Villa for a little bit, Liverpool and Newcastle for a little bit, and now, there's 6 teams in, so it's definitely more competitive. And it's difficult to say whether a team of Manchester United 10, 15, 20 years ago would have been able to dominate the way they did. I don't think they would, personally speaking. So I do definitely lean towards the concept that the
What do you agree with that?
Yeah, I think the league quality's gone up, but as a supporter of Manchester United and a believer of competitiveness, I don't think we can look at that. I just think that we're not as good as a team. Maybe not individually when we won the league 2 years ago. We have a better team now, but as a unit, we just don't. Like, watching this United is weird. Like, I never watch United thinking, okay, we're gonna leak goals today from like these any.
I'm not gonna lie to you. The thing is, yeah, like, and I do understand the whole point about you can't judge a team, especially 2 games in. In terms of obviously the team that you have now and not the team that you started the season with. But at the same time, it's like I think we're intelligent enough to recognise patterns and where potential patterns may occur. And my thing is, if you're going to continue with the diamonds, which me personally speaking, I wouldn't. But if you're going to continue with the diamond, I don't think you have the strikers that suit it. Funny enough, I don't think they suit it in the sense that going forward, I don't think apart from maybe Falcao, they work for each other. I think what made Liverpool dangerous, aside from Sturridge and Sterling and whatnot, and Suarez, but they had 2 forwards that would work for each other, so they would make a lot of selfless runs. I only see Falcao being that type of striker for United. That person does it, but he doesn't do it with the same intensity, he doesn't do it with the same pace, power, and also in the pressing sense, because not just Liverpool, but teams that play diamonds in general, it's not so much about leaking goals in specific areas in terms of the back third. It's where does the play start from, and when we lose the ball, how quickly do we win it back? You can count on Herrera doing that, you can count on Di Maria doing that, but Mata won't do it, Bruno won't do it, Van Persie won't do it, Falcao, they're not the kind of players that press like that. So I think, unless you can convince these players, some of them which are already at their peak and may not be too ready to learn anything more, I don't know how you can convince them to become them kind of players for the team.
Go on.
Yeah. Like, I'm not saying it can't happen, but I think once a player gets to a certain age, it's very, very hard to coach him in something that isn't natural to him. I think that's the exception. Things like Reuben under Jupp Heynckes, those situations are the exception. But like I said, for me, my problem is if they lose it in the final third, then who wins it in the final third, in the middle third? And that's where you'll lose a lot of the ball. But go on.
Go on,
Yeah,
Leroy.
no, you know what? Until your last point, I was going to disagree with you there, but then you made that last point, and then that's what I was thinking. Because I think they can really be a potent attacking force. I do think they have the strikers to be a potent attacking force. They have the team set up to be really good going forward. But it's like you said, for me, it's their defensive setup which is wrong, and that's where they don't suit the diamond. It's in their defensive setup. Because personally, I think like who's going to win it in the top third? Who's going to win it back in the middle third? What is their setup going to be? Lynn's not really athletic enough to play that role for me if you're going to play in a diamond. And I really think only Di Maria is the one that really suits that system. But the thing is, even with the diamond, like you look at Liverpool and they were easy to get at last season. Like even the way they played in the same type of way. Like you are, unless you have the right players, like the AC Milan team of old, you are culpable to conceding goals.
But another team that played the diamond excellently without defensively weak was Italy in 2012.
Yeah, I completely agree. But they had the right players.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. Like for me, it's very.
Okay, who are the players? Would you say that won the ball out of the pitch? Who are these players?
Like Marquisio.
No, yeah, the players that win the ball out of the pitch in the top
Marquisio.
third. Yeah, but I see you said in the top third.
In the top third of the pitch.
Yeah.
For me, as a unit,
for Italy, Marquisio would play up there.
Yeah.
In a diamond.
In a diamond.
And then they had De Rossi, was it Motta and Pirlo?
So De Rossi wasn't even at the bases. I think it was side to side of Montelivio. And it had. Was it
I thought it was Pirlo at the base.
Yeah, Pirlo at the base.
Motta, Marquisio, and what's his name? Motta, Marquisio, and what's his name? De Rossi. That's the one. Yeah. So that team is meant to win the ball back. Like, look at how it's constructed.
I think De Rossi got quite a lot of freedom to charge around winning the ball back in that team because of the fact that they had Pirlo and Motta who prefer not to do that much running. And then De Rossi provides protection, and then Marquisio helps him out with the pressing, and the strikers don't really have to do much because the midfield is so good, which is the difference between that diamond and United's diamond. Like, they all just sort of rely on blind to win
I disagree with that point. I think because where we're losing the ball is in that middle third. So how we if you're losing the ball in the middle third, how are you expecting Van Persie etc. to win that ball back?
It's not really Van Persie. My point's not about Van Persie though, but
I'm talking about Reuben.
Well, it's like the sort of front three, as previously mentioned, aren't ball winners. So it's like, and Di Maria was good at Madrid at sort of playing in a midfield three and doing some defensive work, but I don't know. It's like Herrera and Blind aren't sort of used to having to.
My thing is
do that.
No. This is my point. This is my point about having your front three needing to defend. It's not because think about it, right?
Nobody said that.
No. But my thing is, in terms of losing the ball, we're talking about transition, right? So United lose the ball in the final third to the middle third, right? Are the players that are going to play in that area, which will include the strikers and the number 10, are they the type of players to automatically switch on and excel in transitional periods?
That's not for the master. That's for the manager to work. And I think he could work. I think he's a smart enough manager. And I think if it doesn't work, he'll change it.
Oh yeah, I have no doubt that he can change it. He's capable of changing it. But my thing is, in this current system, I don't see the players of their profile being able to execute that to the highest level. Personally speaking, in other areas of the game, maybe, but I'm just thinking about that situation where you lose the ball and then the fullbacks are instantly moving. Because think about it, right? If they move, then you've got Herrera on the right, Di Maria on the left, supposed to obviously help press. But if they press, then you've got gaps in the middle, and Blind, like Leroy said, doesn't have the athleticism to really cover or do that much covering. And these are transitions that happen in less than 5 seconds. Gone. So,
firstly, I just think you need a dedicated ball winner in that midfield somewhere.
I disagree. I wouldn't say it's just one player. I think it's
a team.
It's a team. I wouldn't say it's one player, personally speaking.
I think we'll be fine, man. I think we'll be fine. In fact, I'm pretty slow.
Personally, I think with the personnel you have, I think you'd suit a 4-3-3 more, in my opinion.
I'm not too sure. I don't see how we can have either one of Van Persie and Falcao on the bench.
Yeah, in that 4-3-3, would Di Maria play left centre mid or on the wing?
Left centre mid.
Right, and then so the front three would be.
What's that?
Who the front three?
I'll drop
Rooney as well, but who's the front three going to be?
See.
Falcao's got
I'd be down to Di Maria and Falcao, personally speaking.
You say?
Me personally,
I would have.
Wait, guys, Mickey, you say first.
My front three, I'll go 4-2-3-1, personally speaking. My two white guys would be Di Maria and Januzaj, and Van Persie up front.
Leroy?
I would go 4-3-3. My midfield three would be either one of Blind or Carrick, Herrera, Di Maria. I would have Falcao up top.
Reuben, what about your three?
I think their squad suits a 4-2-3-1 shape better than a 4-3-3. So I'd have Blind and Herrera centre mid, Rooney or Mata 10, Van Persie or Falcao 9, and then Di Maria and Januzaj on the wings. So, but that's dropping two big names, which is why they're not doing it.
Do you have an opinion?
I agree with Reuben, to be honest. I would drop Rooney right now, as things stand, but he's captain, which is the problem.
Yeah.
I don't think that's a problem.
Yeah, Mata is a better 10. So
I think Van Gaal, if he's not playing well, Van Gaal will drop him, captain or no captain.
I hope he does, because he needs a kick up.
But the thing is, Rooney hasn't played poor this season, so people keep talking about Rooney's kick up the bum, but he hasn't played poor this season. I generally don't understand this. He's played poor.
I don't know if I agree. I wouldn't say probably not playing good enough.
Has he played poor?
He's not the standard he normally is. Like the standard he was like.
If you played Mata when Rooney's been playing, Mata will play better. For me personally speaking, Rooney, with the current personnel, Rooney is good enough. Sorry?
The same Mata that everybody in the world says has been poor since he's come to Man United, and he's playing his position every game.
That just pops up with a goal.
Everyone's reaching the sound of the same matter.
I love Mata, but he doesn't. If he has a bad game, he might still score.
Yeah.
Which is why he sort of stays in the team even if he's in bad form.
I just want to see consistencies in the criticisms because I don't get why.
I can't talk for other people on it. Me personally speaking, when I see
will still play people through even if he doesn't shine.
I don't think you guys watch Man United enough to be making these comments.
I don't know. I think
These comments are so wild. Like I can't even begin to even get into it.
No, Rooney and Mata have different strengths and weaknesses, so it's hard to.
I'd rather play Juan Mata in the number 10 position, Wayne Rooney. But the statements you lot have just made are just bonkers. I'm sorry.
it's not bonkers because, to be honest with you, these statements have been made for years.
Okay, that's good. Yeah, but
It's not even simple, like, because for you to insinuate it's bonkers for me to say it's something that is maybe unique, and maybe our viewpoints will have been something that's recent. When if you think about it, I know just as many Man United fans that mirror what we're saying. Firstly, and also say
you say even when Matt is playing ball, he still facilitates. That's not true. I don't think that.
Io, do you think he'll bring the team down if he plays badly?
Because when Matt plays bad for Man United, which has been quite often, he actually does absolutely nothing. Like zilch.
Right. Okay. And then he'll pop up with a goal and it'll disguise his bad performance.
But you're saying that he does that, but that's the same thing Wayne Rooney's been doing for the last 2 years.
Yeah, that's true. But I don't know. It seems more obvious the way Rooney holds back the team.
my thing is, yeah.
Okay,
It's just more visible to see.
It's more obvious. Is a valid point. That's what you guys are saying.
My point is it's not even about is it more obvious. It's a thing where what he actually does, his actual actions will actually be detrimental to the team.
Rooney.
Yes, whether it be an extra touch, whether it be a wild pass or whatever. It's just like it's something that you've actually broken it down, and even off the ball, he doesn't create space.
Yeah,
He doesn't feel like he should. You know, it's like the whole, is it obvious, is it not obvious? I don't know about that, because at the end of the day, the way I perceive the game, the way Reuben perceives the game, or anyone else perceives the game, is going to vary. You're going to see things that I don't see. I'm going to see things you don't see. But going by what he actually does, which is something that is almost, you know, it's a universally shared idea, to be honest with you. It's a thing where, okay, right now, would we be better off dropping Rooney and playing someone else in his place, or not?
Yeah, I think I agree with that point. I just don't like when people just not inconsistent. Now, when he plays for Man United, he doesn't do anything. Like none of this. Oh, he speeds up, play facilitates. No, he doesn't do any of that. If you watch United, he doesn't do anything. That's the reason why he's been getting criticised. Because even when Matt's not on his game, he's still that type of playmaker. But some games he's been completely, utterly awful, like from start to finish.
But what games are those? Because the thing is, I've seen him play all kinds of positions and roles. I've seen him. I don't really want to talk about Matt under Moyes, because I don't think Moyes is that type of manager to get the best out of a player like him. I've seen him play a couple of times this season so far, and I'm not even talking about pre-season, because pre-season he looked amazing alongside a lot of other players that looked amazing. But I've seen Man United play twice this season. Obviously, the last game, QPR. And did he play versus QPR?
Yeah. The fact you asked that question says quite a lot.
No, because I'm trying to remember, and I remember, okay, it was Rooney, Van Persie played up top, he played in the diamond.
And Mata got that goal by Ferdinand, just didn't know he was there.
Yeah. But, well, me personally speaking, for the formation that you're going to play him in, because Rooney's not going to be a better striker than Van Persie or Falcao. He's going to be a better number 10 than Mata.
Yeah, no,
I wouldn't be a better number 10.
I think he drops.
Yeah. Well,
I'll even rather have Januzaj in the 10 position. For the way we want to play, I just don't see. I think Rooney should get sold. No banter.
He should have been sold in the summer.
should have been sold.
Yeah, but in someone, I don't see who's going to come to buy him.
Or just whenever it was possible. But I think it was, like Matt Whitehouse was saying this last week, they should have sold him for the good of the team. But I think it was...
If we still had Ferguson, he would have been gone.
Yeah, Chelsea wanted Rooney, didn't they, when United got
He wouldn't have had Chelsea, but he still would have been sold.
Do you think that Mourinho actually wanted Rooney, or do you think he was just playing fun and games?
He did, 100% he did.
He's a big Wayne Rooney fan.
Yeah, people were trying to all make it out like, Mourinho was playing his mind games where, he was playing his mind games. He wanted to destabilise United by courting Rooney, so like some sort of master plan. I was just like, no, he tried to get him. He couldn't get him.
I don't know about that one, but
he played as a 9 with really good service at Chelsea. So
he would have backed. Yeah, Rooney would have been amazing at Chelsea, 100%.
I just think Rooney just needs a completely whole new. I think he's just too comfortable at Manchester United.
Yeah, he needs a challenge and a bit of a wake up call. But you can't choose a position and like actually perform. You can't just sort of stroll through your club career.
I think if Manchester United are going to play 4-3-3, that's if we're going to have to sign another. A wide forward. That's like something like Marco Reus. But at the moment, I don't think our team suits. I think our team definitely suits the system with two strikers.
I reckon.
I don't like this notion.
At the moment, does
but everybody has to play one striker. That's what everybody else is doing.
But that's no one's saying that because everyone's playing one striker.
We just look at
why is nobody suggesting formations where it's two strikers?
because we're just looking at your midfield and then trying to see what we think best suits your team.
And
that's it.
I don't think 4-3-3 will suit our team.
If you had a wide forward, I think it would be
But
amazing.
we don't have wide forwards.
You don't even need wide forwards. What makes you think you need wide forwards?
Okay, who's gonna play the wide positions?
You can't play you can't really play strikers on the wing because then fullbacks get no help when going back, do they?
No, the thing is, you can play a 4-3-3 with actual wingers, but it just means your penetration has to come from other areas. That's all that means.
Yeah, I don't think I don't know. I think we've got really, really top quality forwards that if we could find a system where we could still defend, I think those guys will get us goals.
My only concern about your strikers is I don't think you've got a variation of strikers. So what I mean by that is, like your strikers are all similar.
Van Persie and Falcao are pretty much like...
I don't think that's much of a problem if they're intelligent and they're willing to play with an element of selfishness.
Yeah, but like my thing is, for me, it goes beyond intelligence because there's different kinds of intelligence. The type of intelligence it takes for me to be a target man is different to the intelligence it takes for me to be a deep line forward than a wide forward. It's different. I'm looking at player, personally speaking, I'm looking at player profiles. The reason why a lot of other strike partnerships work is because they vary their game. And Van Persie is strange because he's technically one of the most gifted strikers in the world. Very intelligent, but it's like Van Persie will almost have to be how he is currently to how he was at the start of his Arsenal career. It was a nice blend, but like Van Persie, his best recently has kind of been this straight up goal poacher type of striker. Falcao was obviously similar. They're good, they can vary it, but you know, strikers that know how to mix it up is guys like obviously Sturridge, Suarez.
People say exactly the same thing about when we signed what's his name, Carlos Tevez. Exactly the same thing.
But Carlos Tevez is a totally different animal. He can play, like for me, Carlos Tevez can play all kinds of different striker roles.
Yep.
That's why it works.
I think Van Persie can.
Van Persie hasn't demonstrated that in years.
He can. It doesn't seem like he wants to.
Yeah, exactly. That's my point. It's just like
there's a difference between somebody doesn't do something and somebody can't do something.
Yeah, he doesn't seem like he wants to. Because for me,
but my point is this. Yeah, but my point is that's my point. Like, you know, Rooney doesn't want to be that guy. He's not going to be at his best unless he's the number 9. Okay, Falcao is a straight up number 9. Van Persie, he's capable of doing it. He's got the tactical ability. He's got the technical ability. For me, it's the mental thing. Does he want to? And even physically, can he? Because that's my thing with Van Persie. Is I don't think he has the dynamism that the Tevez and the Rooney's had, even the Falcao has. So that's why I saw selling Welbeck is probably a big thing for me, because I think Welbeck would have been the ideal partner for any of the strikers that was currently.
I'm not having a single bar of that one, but that one's what
We're talking about the kinds of strikers.
I know, but even I know it's small snippets, but even like against Leicester, like you could see slowly in sync how Van Persie and Falcao work. They're both two very intelligent players, and especially with Falcao, I think his movement is very, very good, and Van Persie's movement is also very good. I think they're intelligent players. I think, especially players who want to win, I think they'll work it out.
Van Persie's goal is a good example of that.
And I think you overstate the type of egos they have, like especially at our club. I don't see it being that much of a problem.
I don't think you can. Like I said, for me, I'm only expressing doubt, but again, it's only 2 games in really. But judging from the kind of strike partnerships that we've seen over the last years, in terms of the trends and whatnot, it tends to be particular kinds of partnerships that work, and I'm just basing it off that really. They may very well change the game or
guys. Well, I've had enough of Man United.
Yeah, same.
I'm bored, sick of Man United. So, I suppose the next port of call is where should we go? Arsenal.
It was always going to be Arsenal, wasn't it?
Yeah. Well, we'll give you 30 seconds of Crystal Palace, Reuben. Towards the latter stages of the show.
Wicked.
Wait, is that too much time? Is it maybe
I look forward to that.
20 seconds maybe? But yeah.
What, 30 seconds?
Well, is that too much time? I don't know.
Yeah, there isn't really much to say about us, to be honest.
Yeah,
We're going down. Hopefully not, but I mean, hopefully not, but probably are. There we go.
Ruben, this is your 30 seconds, I'm afraid.
For Crystal Palace, yeah. Alright, here we go.
You've had it, mate. You've had it.
Shouldn't have been. Yeah, we're going down.
No, I want to hear about Crystal Palace. Talk on it.
Alright, basically, Andy Johnson is a nostalgic signing. And won't really play that much, but I mean, good to have him back. Kevin Doyle was a shit signing, doesn't move. We should have kept Jerome. Fraser Campbell needs to do a bit more, but I already have faith in him. Midfield looks good now, but now that we've got MacArthur over Dickichoy, we've got good options on the wing. Balassi's a hard punching, so I'm not really worried about attacking. I think we'll score enough goals with them and Gale up top. But defensively, without Pulis, we look a bit shit, especially when Mariappa and Hangeland play. So we need to play Kelly, Dan, Delaney, and Ward at the back. We should have bought a better left back than Friars, but oh well. So we've got the team to stay out, but it's just whether Warnock can actually keep us up that I'm worried about.
How pissed off are you that Neil Warnock is your manager?
Very, to be honest, because I don't know. I like Parrish, but I do blame him for Pulis leaving. I think when he did that good a job, he's just got to give him what he wants, really, within reason. Especially at that time, like 2 days before the season, and there were better options to replace him than Warnock. So I'm pretty pissed off. But he doesn't seem to be doing too badly in the early stages, so I'll give him time. But
Neil Warnock must have been laughing.
Who would you have wanted instead?
He was doing Monday. He was doing weekday mornings presenting on TalkSport, and he got a call to manage bloody Crystal Palace in the Premier
he
League.
was like 7th choice. I don't know. I wouldn't have wanted Sherwood. Like, no, never. Mackay, if he wasn't such a prick. Steve Clark would have been good. But yeah, so there wasn't really that many good options. But Steve Clark, I would have taken over him. And I'm pretty sure he had an interview as well, and then they gave it to Warnock instead.
That comment that Neil Warnock did about I know I was 7th choice, but
yeah, he said he didn't
I'm
care
happy
if
to
he
be
was 10th choice. He's just happy to be back. It's like he's been given the fucking job on a Make-A-Wish Foundation. You become manager for another season before you retire and die.
Well, it's no more listening to Alan Brazil on the TalkSport, I suppose, isn't it? Something to be happy
Yeah,
about.
anyway,
That is your 30 seconds. We've gone a bit overboard with that. Back onto the big boys.
the big team.
The big team. Leroy, Arsenal. Let's try and keep this bit toned down towards Wenger, because you know.
I'm not even going to say anything, but the season, it's been weird, man. I mean, it's not been promising at all for me personally.
Well, not even Man City.
We played well, but I just see the same old problems. You know, I mean, we were at home. They're thinking Man City actually played. They rested a lot of players. They didn't play their best players, and they probably played better than us overall, even though there were positive signs. Like, I don't know. I just see the same old problems with the team. Defensive crisis, nearly. I just don't know. I just don't. The only thing I have to be happy about is I think Welbeck will do quite well. I think Welbeck will really do quite well. I think he'll be fine at Arsenal. So, but yeah, I mean, I'm still gonna go with my prediction at the beginning of the season. Like, if we don't sign a DM, I don't think we'll make top 4, and that's what I'm gonna go with, to be honest.
Mickey, do you echo similar thoughts?
I'm not to lie to you, I've already written the season off. I'm just kind of like focusing on individuals. That's the only thing I'm getting excited about, individual performances. The one big plus is Wilshere has steadily become probably our most consistent performer this season so far, which I absolutely love. I want to see more of Bellerin. Like we talked about earlier, I'm not liking this idea seeing what happened on Saturday against Villa. Seeing Welbeck and Ozil combine is great. Sanchez has actually been pretty good. So I see positives, but for me, it's more on an individual basis. I've been pretty happy. Ramsey, I don't know what's going on. I think he really needs to kind of just settle down and not try to be the match winner anymore and just play his game. Because I'm not a fan of this notion that Ramsey and Wilshere can't play together, because I think they can. Maybe not under this current system, but they can definitely play together. And yeah, really just about seeing them progress as individuals. Really, Chamberlain being fit is good. Really want to see him push on. Yeah, that's it really.
Well, I wanted to ask a bit about Mesut Ozil. I read a great article on 442 today about Mesut Ozil, about how the criticism of him has been a bit over the top, because I mean, when you ask people about Mesut Ozil and you ask about last season, they will tell you he had like a disastrous season, but I have a pretty good memory and I don't remember him having a disastrous season at all. He wasn't as good as he could have been, but you know, he definitely had great moments. The game against Villa, did we see the return of Mesut Ozil, or was that?
My thing is, you can't really call it a return unless it's a run of games. I'm a big advocate of consistency. I don't, this whole kind of fickle nature that football fans have developed, where a player can be back for 4 games, he has an amazing game, or same thing with a manager or a team, it's like we're back. No, put in a number of games together, actually make it perform. It was promising, it's encouraging. That's the first step. That's the positive for me. It's the first step. It's like you've been productive in terms of your output. You've facilitated play. It was a generally great all-round performance. But let's start doing that on a more consistent basis. Let's do that versus the top teams as well, because I think that's what we're really waiting for. Is that kind of not dominant in terms of just taking over, because Ozil isn't going to be that type of player. Whether it will be versus Manchester City or Birmingham City. But just a match versus a top opponent during a pressure situation, and he delivers, because he's capable of doing that. For me, the World Cup final is testament to that. He's capable of doing that. But we just wanted to see him do it in Arsenal colours.
Yeah.
He's more than capable. He is this is the first time this season he's played centrally. He's not. No, we can't play him wide. Stop it. End of. The thing is, first season obviously is an adaptation period, and it's quite tough for these type of players. So he's come in the second season where he's really about to kick on, and he's played in a position that doesn't suit him at all. So that's really Mesut Ozil's first proper game of the season in his position, and he played amazing. So I just want to see him in that position consistently for a run of games, and I think he'll be amazing, and I think he'll be near on our player of the season this season.
I think our player this season will be Wilshere, actually speaking.
Sanchez
Sanchez is another one. I like he's scoring pretty consistently, which is nice.
He's getting better and better as well.
Yeah.
When you sign Sanchez, I said he'll be your guy ahead of Ozil, because he's just not just in his ability, his personality. But
yeah, for me, that's the thing. Ozil's probably I consider more talented. However, I think it's Sanchez is just to quote Mr. Swaggador, he's a bit more of a tiger in it. Let's just keep it real. So, but that's part of being a football player. It's not just talent. You need to have not aggressive and running around the pitch, but just aggression in terms of I want to win. And if they're not going to do it, I'm going to do it.
Yeah, and I think when you couple that with Sanchez's great athleticism and obviously his dad's ability, that's why I think he might prove to be your most important player. Like, he has even so far I've watched Sanchez, and I ain't seen him do anything yet like the Udinese Sanchez, and he's already doing bits. Like, he scored 4 goals, quite 2 really really good goals, especially one in a big game against Manchester City. Like, I think that's what you can expect from Sanchez.
I'm looking forward to Theo Walcott return as well. Theo Walcott and Welbeck in one team is going to be pretty amazing. I'm not going to lie to you.
With Ozil supplying them.
I'm not a fan. I would never play them all in the same team unless it's away against a big team.
I think Walcott suits Ozil more than Sanchez does, but Sanchez is a better player than Walcott, because Walcott prefers the ball in space and Sanchez prefers it at his feet.
I see people get frustrated with Walcott in the middle third all the
I think Walcott and Ozil only played like 4 games together last season.
And they've looked amazing together. It's just.
I think he got like 5 or 6 goals in those 4 games alone.
But because Walcott and Sanchez both have played on the right predominantly, and Sanchez obviously in Walcott's absence, so is Sanchez going to play on the left? Because I quite like to see Walcott play on the left because he's got a really good shot.
Walcott ain't got the feet for that, man.
Yeah, perhaps because he prefers to run to the byline, doesn't he? But he has.
Play on the left quite well. He'd have to augment his game a bit, but I think it could really work.
He's got that great goal against Man City from the left, didn't he?
Yeah, true.
But
you know what?
was that more of circumstance? He wasn't actually on the left, was he? That was more out of circumstance, right?
Yeah, if Walcott played left against my team, I'd be delighted. No banter.
But the thing is, I wouldn't. I would never play them in the same team unless it's away against a big team because I really am a big fan of our system of sort of we have one sort of wide midfielder because it allows us to at least attempt to control games.
So like having Cazorla on the left wing and a winger on the right.
And a winger on the right.
Let's talk about Cazorla on the left wing because like this whole he can't play on the left.
Oh, it's rubbish.
Don't stress me out because this Babstrack dude, man.
Abstract.
Because I actually want to at him and just actually ask him.
No, but it's not just him. I've seen that from a lot of Arsenal fans.
Seriously?
It is, yeah. They're Arsenal fans. They're not football fans. They're not people know about football. Because if you know about football, for Malaga and Villarreal, that's where he played, left or right. So I don't understand
Spain,
how.
that's where he plays. Spain, that's where he plays. It's saving for Spain.
I don't know how you could all of a sudden wake up one day and not be able to play there because of what. I don't get it.
Well, maybe I'll tell you what. In Cazorla's first season, I'm pretty sure I did an article on this. He played centrally throughout, and then towards the end of the season, they moved him out to the left because I think we had a few problems. And Cazorla actually got. I mean, this is for the fans that like the statistics and stuff. Cazorla got more assists out on the left wing than he did centrally. So
Centrally,
it's probably because he's a cam on FIFA that people think he can't play on the left.
Yeah, true.
He does a really good job there. Like he's not an orthodox winger, but.
What I noticed about Zola when he plays centrally is he's actually much more of an attacking midfielder than a playmaker. Like he will go for goal, and this is one of the reasons I like him. He will work a nice little bit of space and just pop a shot.
yeah.
And that's why he's actually getting more
With either foot as well.
Guys, just keeping with the wide forward thing, the wide midfielder thing. If you were to sort of incorporate Jack and Aaron in the 4-2-3-1, I did my lineup for tomorrow's game against Spurs, and I have Jack on the right wing.
Yeah, so
I like that.
I would put Wilshere on the wing. I've forgotten what game it was last season.
Marseille.
Him and Ramsey played on the wing quite a lot last season just because of injuries. Or the season before, maybe.
Ramsey didn't. It was Wilshere that did.
Yeah.
Ramsey played like a couple of seasons ago on the wing.
Okay, yeah, I think Wilshere would be good on the wing, and it would be good for him.
But not left wing, only right wing.
Only right wing because he played on the left
right.
wing for 2 games and was trash. He played on the right wing for 1 game and he was incredible. You have to play creative players like that inverted. You have to play them from the option.
Inverted, yeah.
But what about you have Chambers at right back?
Luka Modric used to do that quite well. From what I remember, Luka Modric was used to do that quite well, and of course Nico Cranchaw as well.
On the left at top, yeah.
But I personally wouldn't play Wilshere out of central positions, especially because right now he's actually hitting some form which we haven't seen for quite a long time. So I think it may be detrimental to move him out of a position where he's starting to catch a bit of fire. So that's just me.
I hear what you're saying, but I think that wide.
I now make Ramsey touch bench real quick.
Yeah. Just to incorporate Ozil in the 10.
Ramsey's annoying me.
But he's a match winner, though. He's a match
He is a
winner.
match winner. But the thing is, Lewis, but the thing is, Lewis, in the beginning of the game, you want to just have your team to dominate the match. If you're struggling, then you bring on your difference makers. I think Ramsey could be that guy. So if I was struggling against Spurs on the weekend, I'll bring him on at 60 minutes because I know if anyone's going to get me a goal, it's going to be him. Do you know what I mean? But I would go out there with my best team that I think is going to play the best because I personally think, especially against this Spurs team, we need to dominate that. We need to dominate that midfield. We need to make sure we've got all of the ball. They can't have it. And Ramsey gives it away every 3 seconds.
Because the thing is, Spurs don't have a team really built for the counter attack either.
Yeah, Spurs
So
are
it's
fans.
like they're not a team built for counter attack either. So it's like, you know, let's really go at him. But I just want to see Bellerin start, man. I know he won't, but I just want to see him start.
So, what is that more in protection of Chambers or?
Why? Because my philosophy of young players anyway, if they're good enough, they're young. It doesn't matter about age. So if Wenger, who sees this player play week in, week out, train every day, and you put him in the first team squad, you're indicating to him and to the fans he's good enough to play for Arsenal Football Club. So regardless of how many injuries we have or who we're playing, you should be comfortable. Even if he's going to be a bit unstable at first, you should be comfortable in the fact that at one point he's going to be able to play every week. So playing Bellerin shouldn't be a problem. Because if he isn't ready, then you have to go back to the manager and be like, okay, well, you obviously have a player who isn't ready. So why isn't he on loan or with the under-21s, and why haven't you got a more senior player or a more competent player ready for that position? You know?
Also, he's only going to have to face Chadley, so it's the biggest of tasks.
Like, honestly speaking, like it's strange because obviously players develop differently. Because what I was about to say was, do you know what? Sometimes being put into the deep end is the best.
Didn't it happen to Gibbs?
Yeah, it happened to Gibbs. Gibbs got thrown straight in there.
So I remember Chelsea playing against Man United one time.
Yeah, like, you know.
Yeah, a lot of our players have been thrown in the deep end.
I remember that game because Chelsea was pissed about fuel safe and everything. I was thinking, what is this stupid Polish guy's problem?
And there's a lot of players for me. I can't think of many great young players that weren't thrown in the deep end.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, no, it's true.
Rooney,
But-
Messi, Fabregas.
But Mickey, I kind of don't understand your thought process around it. I understand why you would start Bellerin, but doesn't the same principles apply to Chambers?
To Chambers.
Chambers is a bit more established than Bellerin.
No. My thing with Chambers, if something happens to Chambers, Mertesacker's already carrying a knock.
Yeah. So is it out of protection that you would play Bellerin?
Yeah, for me, it's out of protection more so.
Yeah.
Because it's like, you know what? If we had a fourth centre back, then yeah, that's fine. But I'm a fan of saying, okay, do you know what? That isn't a situation, so we might as well play Bellerin. Because worst comes to worst, Bellerin gets injured. Who can we play there? Coquelin.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Isn't Coquelin an anchor?
He's an anchor, but he can play fullback as well.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to Liverpool and Chelsea. Briefly. I mean, my thoughts around Liverpool were that I don't think they would make top 4 this season. I thought the Champions League would have an impact on them. I'm not saying the Champions League has had an impact on them yet, but I just wanted to know what your guys' thoughts around Liverpool were at the start of the season. Where are they struggling? Was this to be expected?
My thoughts around Liverpool were, I thought they'd do really well, and I thought they'd make the Champions League slots quite easily. Because I really, even without Suarez, I just feel like obviously they've got a coach who really has got them playing really good football. The one thing I didn't predict is how badly they'll do without Daniel Sturridge. Like,
Sturridge is so key to them.
He's so important, like, because his runs in behind, when he isolates a player, when he beats people one-on-one, it's so crucial.
I remember, I think I having a discussion with Mr. Kane that I said, I know it's early days, but this is just my analysis before I'm even put pen to paper. I just said the way Liverpool play, I think them signing Balotelli, even though he probably score against Man United because that's just the type of guy he is, I think it might kind of hinder them. I think it might make them less dangerous because of the way they play with the quick movement and the selflessness, the speed. Balotelli kind of likes the game to play at his own type of pace, and certain times Balotelli just won't turn up, like for no reason whatsoever. He just won't turn up, and I can kind of see that happening this season. With Liverpool,
Like, at the end of the day, what it will take is...
You say?
No, continue, sorry, continue.
No, go on, son.
No, like, I just wanted you to carry on from your point about Balo. It's just like, for me, at the end of the day, Liverpool started off slowly last season too. So,
No, they started off well last season.
Yeah, then they start playing crap. Then they
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. I think, again, like, the game would have to be changed to Balotelli's kind of pace. Yeah. And would that be to the detriment or to the improvement of Liverpool? Personally speaking, who knows? But we'll see. But yeah, alright, continue.
to come in like Markovic and Emre Can. I've heard a lot of Emre Can. I can't really make a judgment on him, but I've seen quite a bit of Markovic, and I think he's a really good player. So I think, especially the way he plays direct and pace, with him and Raheem Sterling on the same team, I think that could open up a lot of space for the other lads to play. So I'm not too sure about Liverpool personally. I'm inclined to say Man United will probably come in top 4, and Liverpool pick Arsenal, but Arsenal just always seems to get there. So I don't know, man. I think it's gonna be really interesting this season. I can't really make judgments yet because how many games? 5 games in. I like to talk from December, but I'm not too sure about Liverpool. But I think if Daniel Sturridge gets injured a lot, then I think they're in real trouble.
I think my personal opinion on it is like I'm not like a qualified guy or anything like that, but I felt last season like Liverpool gained a lot of plaudits because of how tactically versatile they were. Every single game they came with like a plan, like they came motivated, they came prepared for every single opposition. And obviously, like what I'm trying to say to Liverpool fans is that you had a lot of preparation time. You had 7 days in between each game to work on stuff at the training ground to get people fresh. And as soon as you get those midweek games now, it's cut down. It's not just days you're missing at the training ground as well. It's just like his fatigue. You're travelling, so it's not just like you're missing one game for a match. You're missing 1 day through travelling. You're missing like another day through rest as well. And I'm just thinking like, is that match preparation time going to hinder how tactically flexible they can be and preparing for the opposition?
Also, I'd like to say that Liverpool, with season 4 last, they finished 7th. Last season, Liverpool, they were quite a revelation. Everyone saw how great play the best football in the league and stuff like that. I think now teams are playing against Liverpool in a different sort of way.
Yeah.
So they're setting up completely different to Liverpool. I think maybe a lot more respect is shown to Liverpool. Like now, Liverpool, you hear Rodgers complain about how teams play because teams aren't giving Liverpool space in behind.
Yeah.
So, they've got the Raheem Sterlings and
Yeah.
Hendersons and Sturridges that are going to run in behind and stuff like that.
And I think Leroy made a good point about that. I think a lot of respect has to be given to West Ham. In how they set up against Liverpool, because I think it was Leroy said that Big Sam, when it comes to working out teams, he's normally like a pioneer in terms of.
He does it to everyone.
Yeah.
He done it to us against when we switched. So we had that Arteta Santi Cazorla thing. But he annoys me so much.
Yeah, he's tactically very, very good. People might not like. That's why I think West Ham fans are a bit nuts when they say they don't want Allardyce.
They're so
Because,
spoiled.
like,
if you're paying to watch that, I'll be mad as well. I'm not gonna lie.
True, but it's like
It's working.
if he was given the money, I think he could make.
It's Mourinho light, bro. That's what Mourinho does.
What do you say, Laura? Is Mourinho light?
He's Mourinho light. All Mourinho does is defend like some of the last 20 years from a rich team, bro.
But you're reaching, fam.
Nah, it's Mourinho light, bro. Trust me. It's tactical genius.
The demo version of Mourinho.
Oh, well.
I actually bet manager the Wenger.
Sorry?
You bet manager the Wenger.
Who, Allardyce or Mourinho? Yeah, most people.
Alright, whatever.
You and I don't rate Allardyce like that because when people talk about tactics, they only talk about when coaches stop teams.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, he doesn't have to.
This is what I mean with Mourinho, though. This is what I said
Yeah,
about
but it's
Mourinho.
still a tactic. It is still a tactic. Obviously, I think proactive tactics are hard to execute. That's why I personally think that Pep Guardiola is the best coach in football because his team are proactive. Team set up defensively against him, and he managed to find a way against. I think it's easier to be reactive than proactive.
Exactly. This is my point. Can I just say this about Mourinho? Everyone praised Mourinho for being a tactical genius. Exactly what you said, Kane. All he does is stop teams when he has teams of equal talent that put against him, or equal or better talent. He just stops teams and has a smash and grab coach. Fair enough, fine. But like, look at people like Rodgers. Look at people like Pep. They're imposing their tactics.
Even Wenger.
Even Wenger with his Wenger.
Wenger goes against who's he?
No, come on, you have to give the man credit where it's due.
Who is Wenger?
Because that's the work. It has to work, bro.
Nah,
That's the thing.
you can't say that. You can't say that Wenger hasn't imposed a philosophy because he has.
Yeah. Now, I want somebody to tell me who Wenger's opposing his tactics on.
But you can't whether the tactics
Bruv, tell me just
whether the tactics are good enough or not. Yeah, you can still see what Wenger wants the team to do in an attacking philosophy. Whether it's happening right now, whether it happened last season,
last 3 seasons.
no, come on, man.
But Lewis,
I'm not. Listen, I'm not.
My whole thing is,
Are you seriously trying to say that Wenger doesn't know how to impose his attacking philosophy on his team?
Doesn't look like it.
His attacking philosophy depends on the players he has. You know.
I don't know, man.
Yeah.
I think we've seen enough Arsenal teams in the past, yeah, to show that.
Yeah, in the past.
And they all play differently.
But that's all. Yeah, but that's.
They all play differently depending on what players are on the pitch.
I don't know, man. Over.
He's a facilitator.
like,
But over the last 5 or 6 years, we've played the same way.
No, you haven't.
no.
Yes, we have.
No, we have not.
How have we not? What have we done differently?
The team from 2009, the 2009-2010 period
With
was very different to the team of 2011.
Why was it different?
Because you're possession based.
What are we now?
Yeah. Now
I
we're
don't even
possession
know if
based.
we got now, bro. That's the
No,
funny.
we're not. Kane, we're not possession based. Are you mad?
No, we're trying to be. Listen, I'm not saying
Okay,
we're
we're trying
going to
to
do
be.
it.
Yeah, we're trying to be.
Trying to
We are possession based now.
We're trying to be, but boy, we're not. Flipping out.
Whoa,
The
whoa.
team 2012 Arsenal is very different to this Arsenal team. That was very different to the 2009-10. So like the Fabregas Nasri era is different to when we had Gervinho on the wing.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is the last 5 years or so, this has been the way we've been playing.
No, but we've changed. We've changed the way we played over those
Since
5
when?
years.
Maybe since 09, but
No, the 09 team, what he's saying, is played a completely different way from the 11 team. Which plays a different way.
yeah, but you know it's like it's nearly 2015 now. When I say
Yeah.
5 years, like I'm talking like from like 010, 09, 10 upwards.
5 years of 2009, bro. Mass, innit?
Yeah, I know. I said about 5 years. Like I was talking about the last like since Nasri and Fabregas have gone. It's been a long time, man.
I don't know. Like
Let's move on from
my
Arsenal.
Shush right, man. Let us talk, innit?
Yeah, no, we kind of need to move away from Arsenal because we were talking about Liverpool and we somehow found our way back to to Arsenal. Shut up, Man United shit anyway.
It's not a pump you in November, though.
You probably will, but I'm so immune to pumping right now. Yeah, I just it's like
it doesn't even hurt no more. Innit?
it don't even hurt.
Listen to your thing. With your manager,
We've become
week or something,
we've become like Spurs fans.
you are now going to get expected to get pumped. Big Arsenal, you know.
Do you know what? Even if we lose 2-0 in big games now, it's like, oh, thank God for that. Thank God for that. Good performance, lads. Well done. Well done, lads.
What have we got? And you know what's upsetting? We have so much potential. If you look at the players we have, like
What players?
well, okay, honestly, guys, I think Welbeck, Sanchez, Ozil, Santi Cazorla, Thomas Rosicki, Jack Wilshere, Aaron Ramsey.
Did you say Rosicki?
Yeah, of course I said
Is
Rosicki.
he like 78?
Riziki would walk into your midfield, mate.
Disabled badge.
Riziki would walk into your midfield.
Yeah, literally, he wouldn't it?
No, he probably wouldn't if he's free to pass.
Yes, he would get in the team over bloody Herrera. Jesus Christ.
Are you out of your mind?
Of course he would.
Are you out of your mind?
Of course he would,
No
mate.
way would he get in the team over Herrera.
He would, man.
If he's free to pass, bro. Rosicki, you know. This ain't 2003, B.
Wait, Herrera's had like 2 good games against QPR and now he's like the second coming.
No,
No, I'm not
like
having
you,
that.
like,
Herrera is a good player.
outside the Premier League.
Yeah, Herrera's a good player, but I'm saying like Riziki, get in that team.
Rosicki hasn't been a good player for 3
He's
years
not
now.
playing in midfield 3 though, can he? He's got to play on the wing or as a 10.
Who, Riziki?
I disagree.
Yeah.
No,
He plays
Riziki.
centre mid.
I love Riziki in the centre.
Well,
He plays
Leroy
many games for them and he
better
was
than Kagawa. Leroy still thinks Rosicki's better than Kagawa. That's
I
how.
told you, yeah, Rosicki better than at that point when I had that conversation.
No, bruv, you're a liar. You're
I'm not
lying.
lying.
You're dying your lies.
Anyway, guys, are we all in agreement that Chelsea are probably going to walk the league?
No.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think they are.
Yeah.
Why are they going to walk the league?
Io, please explain your
They're better than everyone.
methods to your craziness.
No, but why everyone conceding the title to Chelsea in what was it, September?
Because
They're better than everyone. What is the weakness?
no, they're going to win the league, man.
Weak link anymore, unless they play Ramirez, that's their weak link.
They're going to win the league.
If
Easy.
Diego Costa gets injured, what happens next?
Then Remy will score.
I don't rate him as highly as you guys do.
I don't rate him either,
He'll
but
do a job though, he'll do a better job than like Torres and Eto'o did.
I don't even rate Costa that highly. But geez, he's scoring 7 goals in 5 games or whatever.
Yeah, all of a sudden Costa's now. Everyone used to say Costa was he's a donkey. Now he's like one of the best strikers in the world, bro.
No, he's not, man.
They're not consistent.
Not in terms of talent, like he does a job. But the thing with Costa is he's like Mourinho as a footballer, and Mourinho is him as a manager. They're like the same person. So they fit so well together. And he just charges around.
What
like
a big fucking
dickhead,
cunt.
beefing people and scaring defenders. And then
Oh yeah. But like Mancala and company had him on lock. Oh my god.
They didn't.
He was a little child. Man. You see what Mangala did to him? He just looked at him like, get up, man. It's like a game for Reggie. It's like a game for Reggie.
Hold on. You guys think they had him on? They had Costa on lock.
They had Costa on lock.
So Costa wasn't a threat in the game.
Huh?
So Costa didn't get chances.
No, listen, the only chance he had was when they had a man sent off.
Okay, true. That was one of the men that sent off. True.
Honestly, now if you look at the game, the way they defended him was amazing. It was amazing.
Yeah, they wrapped it.
Guys, where would you say that Chelsea's new proneness to conceding goals is obviously due to their
More attacking play.
their
It's the sole fault of Seth Fabregas.
sorry?
It's all Seth.
What? Because of their defensive errors?
Yeah, like Seth gives them nothing.
What about Ivanovic though? Like, because I've seen a few people say is Ivanovic like sort of playing as like a right winger or something?
Yeah,
No,
it always been
he's
that
playing
Ivanovic still
half-
plays.
Is Felipe Luis injured?
No,
He's just not in the team.
What? I don't
Yeah,
understand.
yeah. They
It's
bought.
like they're playing the exact same back four as last season because Mourinho loves Ivanovic, but that you can still play Felipe Luis at left back and drop past Piliqueta. So
I'll play both.
same. I drop Ivanovic, but Mourinho doesn't.
Maybe Mourinho wants Ivanovic for them set pieces, boy.
So do you think that would be where the weakness lies? But then again, you say where the weakness lies against big teams. Mourinho doesn't set up like that.
Yeah, he
So
just defends. Oh, I hate Mourinho so much.
those weaknesses will not be there.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You said Mourinho doesn't just defend against big teams, though.
He sucker punches him. Come on, man.
Okay.
At home, it'll be interesting to
He
see.
plays like
When he lost 6 goals, he gets sucker punched 6 times. He gets
We're
sucker
not a big
punched.
team. Nah, you think I'm joking? Nah, I'm not deadly serious. But if he plays like Man City, he plays like Tony Pulis does. He plays like Stoke.
Okay, but what about last season when they went to the Etihad and pumped them?
They didn't pump them. They played a counter-attacking game and they had a few
They
chances.
played
Cool.
4.
No. They should be the best. So when Real Madrid did against Bayern Munich, everyone was bashing over it, but when Chelsea do it, no one says anything.
No. I hate it. I hate it with any team.
That counter
That's what I rate it. The thing is, people like get onto Stoke for it and they'll praise Mourinho for it.
No.
Like, it's not positive.
But the thing is, when Stoke get the ball, they don't play like any sort of dribbling counter game.
No.
That's
Ayo.
look at Crystal Palace last season. How Tony Pulis had them set up. He played the
Wait,
same way Mourinho does.
Yeah, but people still talk on the traditional Stoke because even now Stoke even played.
Okay, Stoke
Stoke,
played ball out.
we
But
played
let me
more
say,
Stoke football.
The worst game of it with Chelsea was last year against Atletico Madrid, where they left who was up front? Torres, and all they were doing to Torres,
60 yards in the midfield and Torres.
just smashing balls.
They did that against
down
us
the
at Old
channel.
Trafford as well. Like, they just,
That's what I'm saying.
yeah, that's what I'm saying. How can you rate that as a like supreme?
But if that was Stoke, he would have got. Well, if it was Tony Pulis, he would have got absolutely bashed for it.
That's what I'm saying.
And Mourinho would have bashed him for it as well.
Because Mourinho can pull it off with his like
Charisma.
cocky, arrogant comment. Yeah, his charisma.
And Mourinho will bash people for doing it to him.
He's just an old
Okay,
fashioned.
ask you guys a question, yeah? Is football a competition or not?
Yeah, but it's still an entertainment.
So
Okay, so
it's still meant to be
At the
entertaining.
end of the day, yeah, it's still a tactic. It's a negative. Many people may see it as a negative tactic, but it's still tactic.
Yeah, it's still a tactic, but it doesn't mean people have to like it.
To win,
And
that
it's
tactic.
it's executed to the team.
No, but it doesn't mean anyone has to respect it or like it.
Yeah,
Though.
it doesn't mean that's
I'm not saying you have to like it. We have to accept that he's a great tactical coach.
No, I do not, because at the end of the day,
Oh,
it's not okay. Is it easier to set up? I mean, if you gave Sam Allardyce Mourinho's budget and Mourinho's players, do you think he could not set up a team that defends the same way he does and sucker punches like he does, with the attacking talent they have and the defense talent they have? You think he gave Tony Pulis Chelsea, and you think he could do that?
Well, would Tony Pulis still have the same attacking flair when they play at home?
No, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. No, but I'm saying if you gave him the same budget, I think he could do it.
I don't know about that.
I think he could
And
do it.
also there's elements of Mourinho's game that people don't talk about, like how he motivates the very big players that really want everything.
But then, yeah, fair enough. That's a different part. But in terms of being a pure tactical genius, tactical coach, I'm not having it. Like, I'm not having it at all, bro. I want to see someone who can actually be a general tactician, going forward, defensively, like have his whole team on lock. That's why, even though like Pep, I've got issues with Pep, but I rate him. I rate Brendan Rodgers. I rate positive coaches.
Yeah, but Rodgers ain't a positive coach defensively.
He's terrible defensively.
It's terrible. Yeah.
It's not
Well,
fully his fault. It's just he has.
Well, no, it is his fault. It is his fault because he doesn't buy the personnel.
Yeah, I guess he hasn't given Lovren any protection like he had at Southampton. He spent what was it, 20 mil on Sacco, 20 mil on Lovren, pretty much. And he hasn't replaced Gerrard. So
You launched Agger for 3M.
Yeah.
His best centre back fall out with him. And
Sorry, guys, I just want to go back to Liverpool briefly. Is playing Gerrard a sentiment decision or?
They haven't.
No. But I mean, they obviously didn't want to buy someone just because of Gerrard.
yeah, they should have done what Barca did with Xavi and just phased him out and given Gerrard sort of every sort of third league game and the cup games, and they should have bought a ready replacement to play at the bottom of a diamond, because you see Gerrard got spun by Dan against West Ham. That sums up what he does defensively now. It's not his fault. He just can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
So yeah, they should have bought someone like Schneiderlin. Like I know Southampton didn't want to sell because they sold everyone, but someone like that to play there.
In the last pod, I think me and the White House just talk about how teams if they're smart in Liverpool just sit a guy in Gerrard, which kind of West Ham did with Downing, and he just toasted him.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying. I don't understand why Rodgers is still pursuing. How is that going to work when you go in Europe? You have Gerrard as your anchor.
Yeah, and with the Champions League, Gerrard can't play 3 games in a week, can he? Yeah, exactly.
You're going to go to the Bernabeu with Gerrard as your anchor. James will be skanking in that changing room because Gerrard ain't getting near him. Whole game.
Yeah. All right, guys. We'll leave it there. In terms of talking about teams, I just want to run through some listeners' questions briefly. I've got quite a few, so try and keep the answers not brief. Have some discussion, but not spending half an hour on one question. I've got one from Flavs NB. He asks, which new signings have had the most impact for their clubs?
Fabregas.
Yep.
Costa.
Yep. Sanchez.
Yeah, Di Maria sort of rejuvenated United's midfield.
What
about
Welbeck as well.
What about teams lower down? Has Palace had anyone?
I don't know. We haven't really changed much. I just think we've sort of Zaha is very similar to what we've already got in Balassi and stuff. So but I think Welbeck should go on that list.
Do you know the person who plays up front for Leicester City? I can't really pronounce his
Oh,
name.
Azoa. Azoa's been amazing.
Is he a new signing? Or
Yeah, he's a new signing.
Yeah, they got him from Brighton, didn't they?
Yeah.
He's done bits, man.
He's 29 years old, I think.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
He's better than Welbeck.
Oh, shut up.
Oh shit.
Yeah, Azoa's been good. Tadic has been good for Southampton as well.
He's been very good.
Is he the one that scored against Arsenal?
No, Tadic didn't score, but
He's been very good.
he didn't play that. Well, he did alright against Arsenal. He wasn't great,
And he
but
cost like 10 million less than Lallana.
Yeah.
Cost Liverpool as well.
I think you can name a lot of the Southampton signings. Pele, I know that Pele guy was a bit of a laughing stock in Italy, but he's come here and he's got 3 goals in league already. So he's been good.
And they haven't even spent that much money in defence, have they? Or any at all. They've loaned in Bertrand. And I don't know if they...
Bertrand, Klein. Who's their centre backs?
Klein they got like 2 years ago.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying who's their defence.
They got Fonte and Yoshida.
Oh god, that's awful.
Yoshida's pants, but
Yoshida's pants.
I told you there's no way they get relegated. No chance.
Yeah, they're second now. People said they were going to go down before the league.
Listen, it's only 5 games, mate.
I know.
It's only 5 games, lads.
That's a good record for the start, and they look like they'll be fine. So.
Yeah, no, it's a very good record. It's a very good record. Anyone else before we move on to the next question? I can't think of anyone else. No? I've got one from Reuben Lucas. Why are we laughing? Why are we laughing? Okay. He asks, who are the top 5 coaches for young players and why? So, I don't know if he means... We could... we'll go across Europe.
I'm going to go with Pep.
And why?
Why?
Yeah.
I think one of
sets up a team for young players to flourish. So it's not just in terms of developing them as individuals. He knows how to put them in the right environment competitively. Klopp, for similar reasons, and also I think he knows how to make boys into men. In a way, I think he makes young players seem more senior than they are, and he hasn't done it with just one player. I think he does it with a number of players. I'm tempted to say Bielsa, in terms of teaching players, in terms of actually developing them as individuals tactically. Who else? Let me think.
Got to give Brendan a shout.
Yeah, so I was going to say Rodgers. Just because I think Sterling's a brilliant example. Like over the past 2 years, he's gone from sort of probably just another Aaron Lennon to like he should be playing as 10 for England. So
Same with Sturridge though. He's done the same thing
yeah,
with
he
Sturridge as well.
changed Sturridge quite a lot.
I'm not sure about Sturridge. I don't agree that Sturridge shout.
Sturridge was always talented.
He was always
He
talented.
just he got the right platform at Liverpool to show it.
I think
The thing is, he is playing in a system and he is under instruction. So
What-
like,
Sturridge has banged. He banged for Bolton.
yeah,
Even on the right on the AVB, he banged. I think he's always been a banger.
he has. But the thing is, has his all-round game ever been this good?
I think he was just so young player though. I think it'll reach his levels at any club if that gave him a platform to play. That's my opinion.
What about LVG? Good with young players. He's old
Historically,
Paddy McNair gonna get his chance
His
against
record
West Ham, is he?
good. If you look at all the players he's given debuts.
they'll probably be better Kashani, so no way you're laughing. I don't know.
This guy's
I
trolling
like the fact that
no
he's giving,
boundaries.
young players shouts and that, but I really do like it. I'm not too sure how good these ones are because I haven't really watched a lot of our youth football ever since we lost Rafael and Pogba. So I was like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, I don't blame you, bro. Oh crap.
So I'm not too sure about those two lads, but I like the fact that he's given Blackett a chance. I've seen a bit of Blackett. I don't even think he was even as good as he actually is. So I think he's done. I think he's done quite well with Blackett. So that's something that I'm quite happy
Do you know?
with.
Yeah, I've been impressed with Blackett. It kind of gives me a bit of hope for Isaac Hayden, because I haven't really seen much of Isaac Hayden in a centre back position. Leroy.
Is he gonna play though? That's the thing.
No, he won't play. But I'm saying, boy, is Tyler Blackett gonna play if once everyone's fit? I don't think so.
He's better than the rest of them clowns, so I think he probably should.
Well, you reckon he's better than Smalling and Jones?
Smalling and Jones on the ball are panic stations. Like they're actually when they get the ball, they panic. Like not Jones. I think Jones is confident on the ball with his lack of tech. Smalling when he gets the ball, it's like nosebleeds. So I think. Go on.
How do you rate Pochettino?
Pochettino.
Yeah.
I think he did quite well Southampton with these young players at Southampton. I think he did quite well.
But Southampton have been doing it for a while. It's not just it wasn't a revolutionary thing.
But like at this level, because obviously.
No, but Nigel Adkins was doing it, wasn't he?
Nah, not really. That's why he sacked him.
What?
No, he took a decent side from Adkins and made them much better. Like,
But he was still playing the youth players, wasn't he?
yeah, he played quite a lot of the same players. Like, I don't know, he's got Rose playing quite well. I don't really know enough about Pochettino to comment on this, to be honest, but he seems like he knows what he's doing.
Yeah, the Spurs fans are already calling for his head already.
Spurs fans, they took the most.
They're idiots, bro. They're idiots.
They should have bought a striker.
Spurs fans took the most jazz ever. I don't know why you guys have been listening to them.
I listen to too much talk
Sorry
shit.
for Arsenal, that's your rival. In fact, that's actually good. It's probably the only thing keeping Wenger in the job.
That's bragging rights for every year, mate.
Yeah, because you can always beat them. That's the
Do you know what? I don't trust any fans whose teams oscillate over seasons. I put Liverpool fans and Tottenham fans in the same category, where they'll be like mediocre for like 2 or 3, and they have one amazing season, and it starts looking wreck. Like I put them in the same category. That's why
Yeah, I kind of do as well, because like I get the feeling that Liverpool are about to have a Spurs season now that Suarez is gone. Like, it's going to be the same as when Bell goes. That's what I think anyway. You might disagree with me.
That's what I hope for, boy.
like, what was the season where Liverpool actually thought they were amazing? Was it 2009?
In 2009, yeah.
When they came second.
Yeah. We had-
Oh my god, that season. Liverpool
that was Benitez, right?
Yeah.
And then he bottled it.
So
Fact. Fact.
So that the season when they beat us 4-1.
Yeah.
Where Torres, yeah,
Sorry. Great.
When Torres used to be really good at football.
yeah, before his talent got taken by.
Have you seen how like everyone's like jizzing over his little piece of skill facing Milan? Like,
He did it every That's the thing. Who those pieces of skill for Chelsea? They're so I hate football fans, man.
I think he got man of the match in that game, though.
Torres has had more
Italy
comebacks than the Spice Girls,
suits
man.
him now because he's so like slower than he used to be and everything like that. Italy suits him, but he's still shit.
no, he looks like Suarez.
Crap. I actually don't think he's a crap footballer.
Who, Torres?
I think most of the stuff that used to make him good has sort of disappeared now.
And the thing is, Torres actually did quite well in Europe for Chelsea.
Yeah, in Europa League he was good.
But that's because he's playing teams like Reuben Kazan.
Champions League.
Huh?
He's actually good in Champions League.
Oh, you're talking about Champions League, alright, fair enough.
So in the league, he was super swag. But Chelsea kind of seems like a death trap for strikers in general. Like, how many strikers actually go Chelsea and bang?
Yeah, it's true.
And
even
Since Barry has been there, how many strikers have been consistent?
and even Drogba wasn't exactly like.
It's because of
he
Mourinho's
took a while to kick off, didn't he?
Drogba had 2 seasons where he scored 5 goals, man. 5.
It's Mourinho's
How good was Crespo when he was at Chelsea?
He weren't great.
Because I was quite young, but I remember he was there for like 1 or 2
I think
years.
Crespo had like 1 season, didn't he?
Yeah. Mutu weren't great. Crespo weren't great. Kesman weren't great.
But Mewtwo was a player though.
Mutu when it was Ranieri in charge backed.
Mewtwo was a player.
And then he
Like,
got
no.
why?
No,
Back-
but
back 6 months. Then he was doing cocaine, fam. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not sure.
yeah,
Nah,
but
under Ranieri.
but where did that Ranieri team finish though? Where did that Ranieri team finish?
Pretty sure they came second.
Third.
second.
Or
No, I don't
second,
think it was
yeah,
second.
yeah, he got
Was it-
sacked because he didn't win the league in his first
Was
season
it?
with money.
Okay. That was
Yeah,
the
they
Invincible
got
season,
Mourinho,
wasn't it?
So it kind of worked out.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah, it's
Invincible season, right?
Yeah.
Oh.
The last time in the league, 2004.
Ah.
What do you think? What do you think about like the whole Newcastle thing? Like, where does this like hate for Podgy come from?
No, their fans. Yeah, I asked one of their fans on Twitter the other day, and they basically said that Padre doesn't care about the fans. Yeah, he's an absolute twat. Like they
He
have.
does seem like a horrible person.
Like,
some of the stories I've read about him.
Yeah, and do you know what? Any bad story that's printed about them in the press, they ban them. They ban that newspaper from attending games.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so like their fans just hate Pardew and they hate Ashley. They just want to
Also,
They
both of them out.
really don't like Ashley.
They really don't like Ashley, and now that hate, because it seems like Pardew and Ashley are kind of on the same sort of wavelength. It's now kind of gone over to Pardew now, so yeah, they just want both of them gone.
Also, I saw a Newcastle fan complain about his selection. Like, you can't play Riviera up top on his own, and sending out Yango and Biwa on loan and keeping Stephen Taylor, stuff like that. It all just accumulates into lots of hate.
Yeah. I've got a couple more questions. Sorry. Fundamentalist asks, is it harder to be rated as a defender rather than an attacker? If so, why?
Oh, definitely.
I'm not sure, you know. I see a lot of people just will rate defender if their team keeps clean sheets or they see him making a lot of challenges.
I
Yeah,
definitely
like-
think it's harder because defense is about the subtleties of the game. And to rate an attacker is so easy to spot. They score goals, they beat players well.
Yeah.
Well,
You have to have a real.
has a defender
Yeah?
has a defender ever won the Ballon d'Or?
Cannavaro, but that was only because Italy won the World
That's
Cup.
the only one, isn't he? And Italy won the World Cup. So people like Lahm, Thiago Silva, they're in the shortlist, but they'll never get top 3 because it's easier to rate players who score goals than it is to rate players
But
who
the thing is, it's the nature of the game. Because at the end of the day, the further up the pitch you are, the more individualistic you have to be. I could have an amazing season as a striker without relying on my team. But if I'm a defender and my defense and the guys playing in front of me are shit, doesn't matter how well I play.
Yeah, you're
My
not
team
being
can-
good.
Who would you say is the most underrated defender out there?
Uh,
Like, and I'm not just talking about from fans. I'm talking about kind of
I think Curtis Davis.
from the media as well.
I think Curtis Davis is.
I think it's Koscielny.
What?
Oh, come on. Everybody rates Koscielny these days.
I never see
Maybe.
Koscielny get rated in the media at all. You know.
Well, you lot at this media thing.
No. Listen.
If the media says that you're the best team in the galaxy.
When was the last time you saw a pundit say Koscielny is like a world class defender? Have you ever heard that? Have you?
If Koscielny ain't in teams that leak 6 goals in the most important games of the
Exactly,
season, they'll win.
exactly. That's my point.
Yeah, but that's part of being a good defender, though.
I think Hummels is criminally underrated, personally speaking.
Say so.
He's overrated.
I think-
Hummels went through a phase.
But if
like,
Hummels
after
is underrated, then Koscielny has to be underrated because Hummels gets way more props than Koscielny. If you speak to the media, if you speak to pundits in Britain and you ask who's a better defender, Hummels or Koscielny, what? Hummels, of course.
Because he is.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's not that blatant, is it?
Yes, it is.
Oh, shut up.
Let Reuben talk 1 second. What were you gonna say?
Sorry,
What I
go
was
on.
going to say was after Euro 2012, everybody overrated Hummels a bit. Like, he had a really good tournament, and then everybody went, oh, best sort of top 3 centre-backs in the world. And then he had, like, one season where, I don't know, he made a few more errors, and then everybody just criminally underrated him and went, oh, he's shit, no, wouldn't get into any sort of top 5 Prem team. But now, I think it's at a point where some people overrate him and some people underrate him, but he's actually, like, just very good, and you can leave it at that.
Fair enough.
I think Koscielny gets quite a lot of plaudits from people that actually have some sort of brain. So I'm
No,
not
but
sure.
who are you talking about? I'm only talking about.
Koscielny.
I'm talking about fans here. I'm not even talking about fans that we speak to. Like, for example, us lot, we will all rate Koscielny. But I'm saying, Match of the Day, Sky Sports, they don't talk about Koscielny. If you ask them who is the best defender at Arsenal, they'll say Mertesacker.
Yeah, to be fair, Monday Night Football, I've seen sort of Carragher slate Koscielny for letting Akpom behind him, and I've rarely seen him praise much that he does.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not.
The way
Yeah.
the pundits talk about him, but fans generally, I think most people agree that he's top quality.
Fans that know what they're talking about will agree, but
Neither the fans, to be fair.
Do you know what? Yeah, out of fans like we talk to, do you know I think actually gets underrated now? I'm not going to lie to you. I'm going to say Company.
yeah, because
He gets made out to be a donkey when he's really.
companies become like
Talked about this the other day.
the Mesut Ozil of defenders, where they sort of like ready to.
Respect company, please. Yeah,
Can you just listen to what I'm about to say, please? Like, people will actually wait for any mistake that he makes, and it's straight onto Twitter. Oh my god, Company's so shit, sort of thing.
I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why though. Because it started off the base. Who's the best defender? Company's better than Koscielny. Oh my god, no, he's not. That's why it happens.
But I swear you don't rate Company.
Yeah, but I rate Company, but I've always said he's not. I don't think he's the best defender in the world. And this is
In the league.
because in the league, them times there was still Terry and Vidic who were playing very well. I said I can't rate Koscielny for being the best defender in the world when the guy has never played in an international tournament or in the Champions League. So let's wait until he starts doing that. And when Champions League, he was getting spun every game. So I was like, okay.
What Koscielny?
No, not Koscielny, Company.
Oh. Yeah, I thought you took. Yeah, I swear you said Koscielny there.
Yeah,
I think Company had a decent World Cup, to be honest with you.
Oh, no. This was before the World Cup. This was like when City won the league. Like,
Arsenal fans.
my company opinion has been it's been the same. I think he's a quality defender. I really like him. He's been a baller from early. He used to play DM for City. Like, he's been a baller since then. But I just never saw him as the best defender in world football.
That's fair enough.
That's fair. I think at no point was he the best defender in football.
Exactly. That's my point.
Guys, just 2 more questions to get through.
Thiago Silva, Sergio Ramos, Villalon. Carry on.
Yeah, but I think in football, you got to remember in football, like when you speak with football fans, if you say something with any sort of hint of criticism, it's like you don't rate that person. So you can say something like, I like Suarez, but I don't think he's sometimes I think he's not clinical enough. Someone goes, oh my god, this guy said Suarez can't score goals.
I say that with Bale. Like, everyone thinks I hate Bale, but
Exactly.
Oh my god, no. Listen, Leroy, you get it bad over Bale. When Bale scored the winner,
I know you get atted so much, man.
I got at it like crazy, bro. Oh my god.
Yeah, but you know, don't try because you clowns did the same thing to me. Because when I said I don't think Khedira's a good player. And then I think the day after he played in the World Cup semi, I said, Khedira's having a great game. And then a million Arsenal fans, including you lot, were retweeting. I was thinking, first and foremost, you don't want to sign Khedira, so you're wasting your time. And secondly, I don't care how well he plays today. You don't mean that he's not a good player, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's true.
Like,
It is
so
true.
people do that a lot. Like, if you say something's not good and they score wildly that day, people talk a lot of smack. I remember when I was saying I don't think Oxlade-Chamberlain all that. He scored a great goal against Brazil, and I had Lewis tweet, "Oh, do you see that? What are you saying?" Like,
That's just a generally absurd opinion where you said that.
Well, so he's not-
You said
100%.
Chamberlain isn't in the top 10 youngsters in the Premier League, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
That's an absurd opinion.
Then it really wasn't. Because
It was only like 6 months ago. What are you talking about?
Now it's not 6 months ago. It was beginning of last season.
Yeah, that's absurd. Anyway, we're gonna move on. We digress.
Crap anyway, man.
I've got 2 more questions. One's from Elijah. He asks, do you think a very technical team could win the Premier League?
Yes.
What do you mean by that? Just purely technical?
I suppose he means...
I can see that Barcelona.
No.
Yeah, what I was going to say was Barcelona 2010-2011, one of the best club sides in ever, absolutely dominated United, who were sort of winning the Prem. So if you get a team that's that good, they don't need to be physical.
But what about this Premier League? Because I think we could all agree...
Man City are one of the best teams in our leagues, yeah. And when they played Barcelona, they just didn't see the ball. I think a team like Barcelona, if you're not seeing the ball, week in, week out.
Last season, Torre got absolutely ran into the ground by Barca's midfield. So
If Torre gets ran to the ground by anybody who can move, and it's got some sort of full tech.
Oh, this guy, bro.
Anyway, we're gonna talk about Fabregas and Torre in the season because
Don't talk to me about Fabregas because I was saying Fabregas all day, man.
no, I'm not talking. I'm talking about Kane. I thought it was Kane that said something.
What said what?
I thought it was Kane. Sorry, it was you.
Yeah, no. I
So
just came when like
we
Fabregas
black
went to the Champions League semi-final and he said he can't play centre mid. But yeah, I'll address him later. Alright, we'll see.
The last question's from Harry J. Curtis, and he asks, did Cambiaso's performance against United last week show that there's room for more supreme passes in the English game?
What did he do? I actually didn't notice him. What did he actually do?
He played decent,
Why
didn't
people
he?
talk about Cambiaso so much? What did he do that was great?
I think people got a bit gassed by the goal he scored, and then
He
people started talking about...
He tackled Rooney once, and they're like, oh, he's blocking out Rooney. It's like, Rooney's been finding space
I-
for the game, bro.
I personally didn't think... I personally didn't think for the first 60 minutes I was thinking, okay. And then when people started talking about Cambiaso, I was thinking, wait, what about the first 60 minutes of the game?
Exactly. Just me and you on the same page with that. I don't know what the hell.
I didn't get the hype about Cambiaso, but Harry's asking a question. Cambiaso is obviously a great passer of the ball, so...
Great. Okay.
He is. He's a good passer of the ball, no? Great passer of the ball, sorry.
Great. I think so. I think so.
When you say great, you're talking like Fabregas, Xavi, and
Yeah, Alonso, exactly.
No? Alright. So he's not a great passer of the ball?
No, he's good. He's good, but he's not super. Like, I wouldn't. If I'm.
it's his best asset.
Okay, let's get rid of the first part of Harry's question. Is there room for more supreme passes in the English game?
Of course. The amount of space that we give.
Well, with the amount of space that Arsenal give.
David Silva, Mata, was saying something like, they were surprised about how easy it is in Premiership to find space compared to Spain.
Yeah, Santi said that as well.
Oh, Santi said that. Okay, so that's 3 people.
Santi said that.
And when you think about look compared to like before, the players that come from foreign leagues, like we've had guys like Crespo and Rubinho and all these type of guys come into our leagues, and they kind of struggle. But like now, guys like Di Maria come in, Ozil when he first came in, now he's moving a bit like a waste man. Hazard, Silva. When these guys come to Premiership and they're just taking it for like a play. Even Suarez, even though he wasn't finishing, he was literally just walking through the fences as soon as he came to the Premier League. Like, so I think our game has changed. I think our game's changed a lot where people, technical players, can come in and impose their own type of game.
Would you agree that the Premier League has the best talent in the world right now, as an overall sort of thing?
I think if you look from top to bottom, I think I might agree. You know.
Yeah, talent is spread incredibly impressive. Like if you're looking at the best players in the position,
Reuben, you sound like a
a lot in
Reuben. You sound like a Dalek. I can't even lie.
No, but think about it, okay.
Your
It's
mic
weird,
is going
'cause
crazy.
Best goalkeeper in the world plays in Germany. Best right back in the world plays in Germany. 2 best centre backs in the world play in France and
But
Spain.
they all play for what? But you talk about Germany. They all play for one team.
It's true.
Exactly. We're talking about the league. Like I think if you were to name the 20 best players in the world, maybe not that many might play in the Premiership, but if you look at the whole scope, like the next like
It's spread around.
quite a lot of them
But
are in the Premiership.
But look at it this way, right? Out of all the leagues, what team was best represented in the World Cup?
I think it was Bayern Munich, wasn't it?
No, what league?
Oh, I don't know. But then even then, that I don't really use that as a tool to judge because like there's some teams that made the World Cup that aren't better than some of the European teams that didn't. So.
What?
I don't know, but if you're in the World Cup and you're not, then boy.
No, I know, but like only a certain amount of teams from Europe can qualify.
Teams like Sweden cannot qualify the World Cup, and guys like I don't know.
Nigeria can, then.
We're better than England. So
No, but you say that, but then Costa Rica came. No one saw what Costa Rica were gonna do.
No, it's true, but you wouldn't say Costa Rica have any of the best players in the world.
yes, you could have
No, that's what I'm saying. But like,
one of the best strikers in world football.
Anyway,
I'm not saying
this
that,
could
I'm
be
saying-
maybe a debate for another day. I think we could probably leave it there, to be honest. Yeah, we will leave it there. Actually, I've decided because I am the master of all ceremonies.
okay, oh, Jesus.
Yeah. So thanks for your questions today, guys. I'll tell you what you can do. You can do us a big favour. As I said at the start, you can leave some reviews on iTunes. That would be fantastic. Also, you could vote for us in the FBA's Best Podcast Award. That's just been thrown into my attention now. Yeah, you can vote for us. I think you just have to tweet them. You just have to say Best Football Podcast, hashtag it, and at us, and we get a vote towards it. That would be fantastic. But yeah, until next week, guys. We'll see you later.
It's nuts.
Peace.